Hey folks, so this is the third video in the series where we talk about some use cases with NCTL. I'm using NCTL version 410 RC2 again. And in this video, we will talk about the NCTL remediate command. So the remediate command allows for you to enter a policy and a resource. So what will happen is if the resource is violating the policy, NCTL will try to show remediation for this resource. Now, a prerequisite to getting the remediation is for a policy to have certain annotations. So we'll look at that in a minute. And of course, the policies and the resources could be from your local file system or a GitHub repository. That's that's consistent across scan and remediate. All right, so I'm taking this example from our repository Kyverno policies. And this particular policy is to disallow host namespaces. So the annotation that's required for remediation to work correctly is this. Now, this annotation is essentially, the value of this is essentially the URL to the remediate policy. Now, what is a remediate policy? Remediate disallow host namespaces. It's actually right here. This policy is a mutate policy, which will look for these kinds of resources and mutate them so that the resource does not violate the policy. So let's take this policy, NCTL remediate. Let's take this deployment where you'll see certain specs set to true, which would violate the policy. And now you'll see the same deployment with these specs set to false that will now not violate the policy. So we could just do NCTL scan vulnerabilities policy. Resource. Yeah, so this was earlier failing. And now, if we were to run a remediate, get the output, remediated output.yaml. Now in the scan, let's do a remediated output.yaml. You'll see that the same policy with the remediated YAML passing. All right,